There's everything to love about this cake. Lime curd, lime cake, lime buttercream, and toasted meringue. Make all of the recipe or pick and choose. It's all awesome. Hello you, it's me, Rox of Rockstar Bakes. If you're new, my passion is helping you make sweet treats. Because adults need cute things too. This cake is a play off the lime meringue pie that I make myself for my birthday. Cake making first, let's get into it. I start to fill 4 5-inch cake pans lined with parchment. Add a paddle attachment to your mixer to combine your butter and sugar for 5 minutes. It almost doubles in size and lightens quite a bit. Occasionally scrape down the sides. By the way, all recipe details are linked below. Here is the mixture looking so fluffy. Add the eggs one at a time for 20 seconds each until just incorporated on low speed. My mixer is at about 2 to 3. Add an extractor with the last egg. Grab the dry ingredients and wet ingredients. The dry ingredients should be sifted and include all-purpose flour, cake flour, baking powder, baking soda, and salt. I use a 50-50 cake to all-purpose flour mixture for this recipe because I want slightly less of a gluten structure to get that light and airy crumb. Add a third of the dry mixture to the batter and mix to just incorporate it. Add half of the liquid and mix until just incorporated. Repeat alternating additions of flour and liquid until both are just incorporated. If the batter curdles, then the ingredients probably aren't at room temperature. This is when I would turn on my oven to preheat it to 335 degrees Fahrenheit or 168 degrees Celsius. The sides are not greased, so when the cakes bake, it crawls up the sides to get some height. Use a knife or angled spatula to score the cake and pull the batter to the sides. Then bang the batter to release any extra large air bubbles and also fill in the edges. You can see the bubbles come to the surface. Bake for 28 to 30 minutes or use a toothpick to see if the baking is complete. There should be about 5 crumbs. Cake continues to cook for a little while longer just out of the oven. I make meringue and curd the same day I assemble the cake. Because meringue is best super fresh and I love to use the egg yolks for the curd. But sure, curd can be done even a week before. It's time for meringue. Make sure all your equipment is clean and dry. Equipment listed with recipe. Carefully separate yolks from egg whites. If the yolks break for some reason, start over with new eggs. Don't throw out the eggs though, because you can use this for curd. Tip: store the egg yolks in an airtight container until you're ready to use so skin doesn't form on them. Mix the egg whites and the granulated sugar in a heat-proof metal mixing bowl. It's really viscous, but that's perfect. Thins out as we cook it. In a pan over medium heat, simmer about 1 inch of water. I use a bain-marie technique to cook the egg whites and sugar. Place a mixing bowl over simmering water and continue whisking. Whisk for about 3 to 5 minutes until sugar is fully dissolved. You'll start to feel it become less viscous. Rub mixture between fingers and stop cooking if sugar is dissolved. You should feel no granules. In an electric mixer with a whisk attachment, beat the cooked egg whites and sugar on very low, 4 on a KitchenAid, until you start to see the first bubbles. This is when I add cream of tartar. COT. Then on a medium-high, 6 on a KitchenAid, mix until the bowl is room temperature. This takes about 15 minutes to get to stiff and glossy peaks. Here I'm feeling the side of the bowl, should no longer be warm. By the way, if you have a larger mixer with a double whisk attachment, this is a mixer I use when I need to do large batch things. This doesn't take as long. Now that the meringue is stiff, I add the pure lime extract oil. This is the one I like. And also salt. Let me know in the comments below where you think my accent's from. Both ingredients, extract and salt, are optional, but I think they add a nice touch to the flavor. Mix for a couple minutes more. So here is my hack. At this point, I take about 2/3 of the meringue out and set aside. This is gonna go on the outside of our cake. With the rest, we'll make buttercream. With the remaining meringue, switch to a paddle attachment and turn to low speed. Add chunks of room temperature butter 1 at a time until each is incorporated. Keep beating on medium until thick. KitchenAid 6. Tip: if the mixture's looking clumpy, keep going, that's awesome. This can vary based on your climate. It will come together. Now for the best lime curd ever. I pre-juice my citrus so I can get the max amount of juice possible. The lime oil releases as you roll the citrus, so this can make it a little slippery. The paper towel prevents slipping. I just bought this glass juicer to figure out if I'd like it. Has a seed catcher, but these have no seeds. In a pan over medium heat, simmer about an inch of water. I use, again, a bain-marie technique to cook the eggs and sugar. Place metal mixing bowl over simmering water and whisk nonstop. Keep the bottom of the bowl from touching the simmering water. That will help the mixture cook more evenly throughout without scrambling the eggs at the bottom of the bowl. This applied to the meringue from earlier too. Add a splash of the citrus and mix, mix, mix. Because lime curd is yellow, if you're going to add food coloring, do this now. Then gradually incorporate the rest of the citrus while stirring constantly. Keep mixing while the bowl is over the simmering water. It may feel like it's taking forever to thicken, but that's not the case. It'll happen. Also add that pinch of salt. The mixture will become foamy on top. You will feel some light tension as it thickens. The foam will dissipate slowly as the curd thickens over the heat. You might see some bubbles, but they will dissipate. Cook on medium for 10 to 12 minutes or until the bubbles are all gone. Have your cold butter cubes in a bowl. Sieve the mixture to get any curdles or seeds out. The cold butter will stop the cooking process. The colors of your curds will vary slightly and is affected by the colors of your egg yolks. Keep mixing and it will thicken. The mixing process will take 3 to 5 minutes. You know it's ready when you pull your finger across the back of the spatula and the curd doesn't come back together after 5 seconds. So the really nice thing about curd is that it can be stored in your refrigerator for up to 2 weeks or in your freezer for up to 2 months. Now for my favorite part aside from eating, time to assemble. I adhere my first room temp cake to a cake board with buttercream. Build a buttercream dam, a buttercream border to help prevent the curd from leaking out a lot. Spread the lime curd inside the buttercream border. Top with your second layer of cake. I level and then press down to make sure it's on there real firm. No slipping. Repeat. Build a buttercream dam and spread more lime curd over the cake. Continue building until all the layers are placed. Then place in the refrigerator for 30 minutes so the cake is firmed and sturdy. You don't see it here, but I kneel and check how even the cake is looking from the sides as well. This is the good stuff. I crumb coated the cake to lock in the crumbs. Then I just spread around the meringue. I just went for it. Scoop and go, scoop and go. Toast the cake with a cooking torch. If you're gonna add some fruit, now is an awesome time to add it. Happy birthday to everyone who prefers fruit over chocolate cake. Whoa, MG. Toasted lime curd meringue cake success. It's a lot of steps, but no steps too hard. I love seeing the layers, and smells and tastes so good. Yummy. I am really proud of sharing this cake with you. So I can make more videos, please hit that like and bell notification to get the latest videos. Ding! Coming up is my cake idea playlist that I'm always adding videos to. Thank you so much for joining me. Bye. I use a 50-50 all... Ugh, okay.